You might have spent years trying to get rid of belly fat. You might have done sit-ups until your back hurt, taken long walks every day, or even tried extreme diets that left you hungry and tired. But the truth is, all of that can feel like trying to push a boulder uphill, and yet nothing seems to work. You may notice your belly fat is the last thing to go, or it may not go away at all, even though your arms, legs, and face look slimmer. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and today I want to gently help you understand something most people never hear. The belly fat you see in the mirror is not the real danger hiding inside you. Most people think belly fat is simply fat. They imagine it's just stored energy that sits underneath the skin. That's what you can pinch with your fingers and jiggle when you laugh or bend over. That fat is called subcutaneous fat, and although many of us don't like how it looks, it is relatively harmless. The real problem, the type of fat linked to serious health issues, cannot be pinched. You can't see it. You can't feel it just by poking your skin. It's hidden deep inside your torso, wrapped around your organs, pressing on your liver, pancreas, stomach, and more. That is called visceral fat. Visceral fat is often described as a parasitic tissue because it behaves very differently from subcutaneous fat. Instead of acting like a simple storage depot, it behaves more like an active organ that releases chemicals and hormones which promote inflammation and interfere with your body's normal function. This harmful type of fat can build up even in people who look thin on the outside, and many doctors refer to this condition as thin on the outside, fat on the inside. It's a situation that can be even more dangerous than being visibly overweight because it quietly worsens your health over time. The good news is that visceral fat, despite being dangerous, is also the easiest type of fat to reduce once you understand how your body works. It doesn't require endless sit-ups, starving yourself, or running until your feet ache. In fact, doing the wrong kind of exercise or cutting too many calories can make your body hold on to visceral fat harder. Today, I'm going to guide you through a safe, research-based method that combines what you eat, what you drink, and how you move, all in a way that is gentle, effective, and realistic for seniors. This method is rooted in biological principles and in specific studies, including interesting work from Japan on diet and exercise, and I'll explain everything step by step. To begin, it's important to know exactly what visceral fat does in your body. Think of subcutaneous fat as something passive, like money in a savings account. It sits there without much activity. Visceral fat, on the other hand, acts like a gland, releasing inflammatory chemicals that influence your hormones and your metabolism. It disrupts your body's normal balance, contributing to insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and many chronic diseases that become more common with age. Inflammation produced by visceral fat interferes with how your body uses sugar and fat for energy and can even affect how your immune system responds to stress and infection. This type of chronic, low-grade inflammation is one reason why visceral fat is linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and other serious conditions. You might ask, how do you know if you have excess visceral fat? Here's a simple way to check at home. Stand in front of a mirror and gently touch your belly. If your belly feels soft, squishy, and comfortable to the touch, it's mostly subcutaneous fat. It might not look how you want, but it isn't likely causing deep internal inflammation. However, if your belly sticks out and feels firm, almost like you swallowed a small ball and can't push the bulge back in, that firmness is visceral fat pushing from the inside against your abdominal wall. That firmness isn't just uncomfortable, it's your body signaling that something deeper is happening inside. Your liver and other organs may be under stress, and your body is reacting in ways you can't see from the outside. Now, let's talk about the plan to reduce visceral fat. Instead of giving you generic advice like eat more vegetables or exercise more, I want to help you understand the why and the how behind each part of the plan so you feel confident and in control. The strategy has three main parts: changing your diet in a specific way, choosing the right drink to support your metabolism, and moving your body with the proper type of exercise. First, let's talk about your diet. Visceral fat thrives on what scientists call oxidative stress, a condition that happens when your cells are exposed to more energy than they can safely handle. Imagine your body like a car engine. When an engine runs too hot, it starts to rust and break down. In your cells, that rust is oxidative damage, and visceral fat grows in those conditions. To reduce visceral fat, we need to calm this oxidative stress and give your cells the nutrients they need to function better. One of the best ways nature helps us do this is through substances called carotenoids. These are the natural pigments that give vegetables their bright orange, red, and deep green colors. Carrots, sweet potatoes, bell peppers, leafy greens like spinach and squash are all rich in carotenoids. These compounds act like powerful natural antioxidants, neutralizing harmful free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage cells and promote fat storage. Some research even suggests that increasing carotenoid intake not only protects your cells from damage but also helps turn on genes that support fat burning and turn off genes that promote fat storage, resulting in real reductions in visceral fat over time. If you look at your plate and notice it's mostly beige, foods like bread, crackers, pasta, or white rice, you're feeding the type of energy that visceral fat loves. Instead, aim for colorful food. Your plate should look like a rainbow of natural foods with vibrant oranges, reds, and greens. These foods provide more than calories. They deliver the nutrients your body needs to reduce inflammation and support overall health. Next, let's talk about what you drink. Many people have heard that green tea burns fat, but understanding how it works is the key to making it actually beneficial. Green tea contains a natural compound called EGCG, a type of antioxidant that plays multiple roles in your metabolism. One way EGCG helps is by stimulating the nervous system to boost what's known as fat oxidation, your body's ability to burn fat for energy. Another way it works is by slowing down an enzyme in your gut that breaks down dietary fat so your body can absorb it. With this dual effect, green tea doesn't just help your body burn more fat, it also helps block some of the fat from being absorbed in the first place. However, not all green tea is equal. Many store-bought bottled green teas are sweetened with sugar, turning what was once a health-supporting drink into something closer to soda. Too much sugar in your drinks can worsen liver stress and inflammation, making visceral fat harder to lose. Instead, choose quality teas like matcha or sencha. Matcha is especially powerful because you drink the entire leaf in powdered form, giving you a higher concentration of beneficial antioxidants like EGCG. Having 1 or 2 cups of high-quality green tea a day without added sugar can be a simple way to support your metabolism and reduce visceral fat over time. Now we come to movement. If you've been told that endless cardio like running long distances is the best way to lose belly fat, it's time to reconsider. While exercise is crucial, the type and intensity matter more than how long you sweat. Research shows that targeted exercise done at the right intensity can dramatically reduce visceral fat even when the number on the scale doesn't change much. In fact, one study showed that participants who exercised twice a week at around 75% of their peak effort for 45 minutes saw nearly half of their visceral fat disappear in just 2 months. They also experienced improvements in insulin sensitivity, which means their bodies were better at controlling blood sugar, a major health benefit for seniors because it helps lower the risk of diabetes and heart disease. So what does 75% effort mean in real life? It doesn't require a lab coat or an oxygen mask to measure. A simple way to judge your intensity is with the talk test. If you're walking or cycling and you can sing a song without getting out of breath, that's too easy. If you're gasping and cannot speak a single sentence, you're going too hard. The sweet spot is when you can speak full sentences, but you feel slightly winded and find yourself choosing your words carefully. This is the zone where your body is burning visceral fat most efficiently, not too easy, not too hard. It's also important to understand something many people get wrong about dieting. When you drastically cut calories like eating only 1 meal a day or reducing your food intake to very low levels, your body thinks it's starving. In response, your metabolism slows down to conserve energy, making it harder to lose fat. Your body becomes protective, holding on to its reserves because it believes food is scarce. Many studies have shown that this type of calorie restriction can harm your metabolism and actually make stubborn belly fat, especially visceral fat, harder to lose. On the other hand, exercise appears to have a dose-dependent effect on visceral fat. The more you do, the more visceral fat you lose without the same kind of metabolic sabotage that extreme dieting causes. Instead of starving, the strategy experts now recommend is to eat enough nutrient-dense foods that support your body while using movement to create a calorie deficit. This means nourishing your body with colorful vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and antioxidant-rich foods, while also moving your body at the intensity that stimulates visceral fat burning. A balanced approach like this helps your metabolism stay healthy and your energy levels stay stable. Let's put all of this together into a simple, practical plan you can start tomorrow. First, think of your plate as a scavenger hunt for color. If your meal is mostly beige like bread or crackers, swap some of those foods for deep, vibrant vegetables like carrots, bell peppers, spinach, or squash. These colorful foods act like shields for your cells, protecting them from oxidative stress and encouraging your body to use fat for energy instead of storing it. Second, change what you sip. If you enjoy coffee, that's fine, but on days when you'd normally grab a second cup, consider replacing it with a cup of matcha or sencha green tea. Just make sure it's unsweetened. A squeeze of lemon is okay if you like a bit of flavor. This step gives your body the benefits of EGCG and supports your metabolism without spiking your blood sugar. Third, move your body 3 to 4 times a week for about 45 minutes at a time. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Whether it's cycling, brisk walking up a hill, swimming, or even rucking with a backpack, the key is to stay in that moderate to challenging zone where you can talk but feel slightly winded. This approach efficiently targets visceral fat and boosts your overall cardiovascular health. Most importantly, remember that consistency matters more than intensity. The best exercise for visceral fat is the one you'll do month after month because you enjoy it. If you hate running, choose something you look forward to, like walking with a friend, dancing, or swimming. Your heart health, your mood, and your overall well-being all benefit when you move regularly in a way that feels good for your body. Visceral fat, while dangerous, is also something your body can release once you give it the right signals. Your body is not your enemy. It's resilient and wants to heal and function well. You just need the right combination of nutrition, movement, and daily practices that chip away at that harmful fat instead of fighting your own metabolism. This journey isn't about punishment or deprivation. It's about discovery, care, and empowerment, especially for those of us in our golden years who want to live with strength, clarity, and joy. Thank you for listening with an open heart. Start small, be patient with yourself, and know that every positive choice you make helps your body thrive. You have the tools, you deserve the transformation, and your best health is still ahead.